Today we're going to discuss about panel fabrication level 1. Introduction of hardwire control, we introduce panels and we'll go through the specification of selecting panels, how the panel are made, what is the material and so on. After the panel, we'll go into the specific components from the PVC ducting, power supply, terminal block, DIN rail. And once we have introduced all these components, we also tell how those things are mounted onto the backplane. We teach step by step, for example, how to mount a power supply onto a DIN rail, how to mount other components onto the same DIN rail, for example, terminal blocks. And from the terminal blocks, we have other components, for example, MCB, relays. This component actually interlink with each other via cable connection to do a given function that we design based on that particular goal. How logic is logic. In this topic, we basically discuss about hardwire logic, where we do a lot of hands-on. We interconnect wiring to a device called relay to produce certain result with certain input, and then you have certain output. In relay, we basically explain how the basic function of a relay. Relay are divided into coil, contacts, and we even tell them the jargon, terminology of a relay. After that, we move on to explain a relay, how they interact with each other to produce a combination of logics, relay logics. Logic function, we go into a deeper understanding of series circuits and a parallel circuit. We require the student to do a lot of hands-on. We use push button as our training, whereby we have 2 or 3 push button. At the end of the push button circuit, we have a light bulb. By playing a combination of 2 button or 3 button, we basically tell what will happen to the light bulb. This series and parallel will give the idea how this circuit works. While you have series and you have parallel, we also talk about the difference. We also have a combination of parallel to series, parallel to series, or parallel series. It depends on logic outcome. The combination will test the ability to understand how series circuit and parallel circuit combine to work together and produce certain logic output. Latching are used when you press a button on. Certain function is still ongoing without holding on to the switch. But when you want the latching circuit to be cancelled off or switched off, you have to use an unlatching circuit. So latching and unlatching both have to work together to produce the final result. In this topic, timer and counter hardware, we basically learn about how to set up counter or timer using wires. We basically teach how to read from the timer, for example, whether you want to on the timer, off the timer, whether you want the timer to be count up or count down. It's all relevant to the wiring that we're going to connect to the timer. There's many types of timer in the market. The delay timer, on delay timer, off delay timer. We will elaborate more on the timer function based on whether they are on delay timer or off delay timer. We have various types of counter in the market. We have the count up counter, we have the count down counter. Both will be wire up and see the response of the counter. For example, count up to the set point. What is the function of the counter at the end? So we do all this exercise to produce result.